my name's Jessica, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the green Sunflower Lanyard scheme. So just to give you a little bit of background on what this scheme is, in 2016 Gatwick Airport introduced these green sunflower lanyards so that people could put them on and it would indicate that they had a hidden disability. The lanyards would indicate to staff that you might need a little bit of extra assistance, and just so that they could be aware that you had a hidden disability and that they should sort of be patient and offer help when required. So as I said, the scheme started at Gatwick Airport, and from there it spread across the country to different airports. Some supermarkets have now started using the scheme as well, such as Tesco and Sainsbury's, and also some other travel companies, for example Lanyard, the rail service. So the lanyards are quite pretty actually, so you don't feel silly wearing it. It's not sort of like a massive badge saying hidden disability here. It's quite stylish, quite subtle. You can get them from all sorts of places. I personally got mine from the railway station. I was due to travel, and when I arrived at the station they had a customer service desk with a pile of the lanyards there. I went up. They don't ask for sort of any medical details, they give you the lanyard and that's it. It's really easy, really simple, which is good because I know it can be really stressful travelling when you have got some kind of hidden disability or additional needs, and the fact that it's easy to get hold of the lanyard just makes that one hurdle slightly easier. The customer service were lovely. I did also contact previously the LNER customer service online. They emailed me back and offered to send me out a lanyard, but by that time I'd already got one from the station anyway. But they were also very, very pleasant. I've not travelled from any airports recently, so I've not used it in airports or in supermarkets, but I did use it whilst I went on a train journey and it was brilliant. So when I was on the train journey, I didn't come across any problems, but the best thing for me was just the peace of mind of knowing that I wasn't going to have to explain myself. I wasn't going to have to reveal sort of personal information about myself in order to get the help that I needed. I had a situation several months ago. It was the first time I was travelling by train on my own since I've started having problems with my mobility, and I was so nervous because being on a train, it's very crowded, it's stressful for anybody, no matter whether you have additional needs or not. Travelling is always stressful, and it just added this extra little niggle of, okay, so I need to make sure I have a seat, I need to make sure that I've got sort of easy access to different facilities. And I got on the train and it was absolutely packed. It was one of the busiest trains I've ever been on. All of the corridors were just jam-packed with people. There were people sat on the floors. There weren't any seats. And I knew that the next stop was London, which was 2 hours away. So there was not going to be any possibility of any of those seats freeing up within that time, because nobody was going to be getting on or off the train. And I stood in the little vestibule bit panicking because suddenly I knew that I couldn't stand for 2 hours. I was already getting very wobbly, very dizzy, and I'd been stood up for 2 minutes, and there was just no way it was going to happen. And I was so worried that people wouldn't understand. How could I explain this? How could I get a seat when there wasn't any? What should I do? And I managed to find the conductor. I explained that I have a condition where I can't stand up for long periods of time, that I get very dizzy, and that I collapse if I stand up for longer than sort of 10 minutes sometimes. And she was absolutely lovely. She was so nice and sorted it straight away. She found me a seat that was spare in the first class carriage, and she was lovely. That experience was as good as it could have been, really. She was pleasant. She didn't make me feel sort of unworthy of a seat. She made me feel okay about it. But since I found out about the Sunflower Lanyard scheme, just put it on actually. See, goes with any outfit, very stylish. When I found out about the Sunflower Lanyard scheme, I just thought how much easier that would have been if I hadn't had to do the explanation. If I could have just gone up and said, look, I'm really sorry, I need a seat, is there anything you can do to help me? She would have treated me exactly the same. As I said, my first experience, she was lovely, but it would have taken the stress off of me, because I felt stressed having to explain to somebody else, and nobody needs that. Why? Nobody needs to feel embarrassed or like they're being a nuisance. And I really feel that the Sunflower Lanyard scheme is doing great things to combat that, and just make sure that people get that little bit of extra help that they need if they need it. So I think that was everything I wanted to say about it, really. I think I will be wearing it next time I go to a supermarket and see how that goes. But I just wanted to share that the scheme is really great. They're doing great things to make sure that people with hidden disabilities get the help and assistance that they need, and you know, don't hesitate to go and get one, I suppose, because before I picked one up, I'll be honest, I had a slight conflict within myself of, should I get one? Am I deserving of one? I suppose I was just filled with a lot of self-doubt, and as I said, it's really worth it, because even though I'm incredibly privileged and I've had positive experiences with asking for extra assistance because of a hidden disability, it took out the stress on my end. It took out the nervousness and the self-consciousness by having the lanyard, and I knew I just didn't need to explain myself. Everyone understood the situation and it was fine. So yeah, I would really recommend that if you are in need of one, don't hesitate to get one. And yeah, if I have any more experiences that I think are worth sharing with my green sunflower lanyard, I will keep you updated. Thanks for watching. Bye.